Hey everyone, my name is Kathleen and I'm the Alachua County Soil and Water Conservation District Group 3 seat holder. I was elected into this position in November of 2018 and won by a landslide with 71% of the vote and less than $5,000 in donations to the campaign. This election had the largest turnout for the seat since recorded history, and I don't think that has anything to do with it being about me specifically running. I want to talk a little bit about why I chose to run, and then I'll inform you on what this legacy position means and then the possibilities that could come out of it for those who are interested in possibly running in the future. In the spring of 2018, I was reminded by the Gainesville Anti-Fascist Committee that there was an election ahead. I honestly paid it no mind until the word arose that the man with his eyes set on this low-level position was an active fascist member in our community. He strategized with like-minded peers who follow belief systems like of the KKK. Chris Rose was an outright white supremacist, guising himself as a libertarian to run for office. At some point in the campaign, the Libertarian Party denounced him from association. This was the same man who used to wave the rebel flag in honor of Old Joe, the Confederate statue in Gainesville, Florida, fighting for it to be stay held high. The upholding of white supremacy is pervasive in our society. It is state-sanctioned through law. It takes up the dominant shape of our culture. It is the USA's religion. And I want it to be known by all that my running for this election has everything to do with me practicing my commitment to revolution, to ensuring that there is one less fascist in office. The Gainesville Anti-Fascist Committee knew this man could use this easy win for a seat nobody tends to run for to start his political career. It was intentional and strategic, and I took it upon myself to run. I did what needed to be done. This was my contribution to the movement, to do the paperwork needed to hold this election and make sure we win, so that there's one less overseer holding political power. And I call him an overseer because he bends to the will of the ruling class, forgetting that we have the same enemy. The magic of winning this was because all the volunteers I had supporting me were young, determined people who weren't going to let a fascist win office. This was an organic, word-of-mouth election that went really, really far. The canvassing and the door knocking was done all by young folks willing to give their time because this election meant something for them that was tangible, something that they could really contribute to and see their win. Everyone who contributed to this election, it is because of you that we won. So I won. Then what? I started in this position in January of 2019, and it was honestly the most boring leadership position I have ever held. The board is incredible and all very sweet people, but there just isn't much really to do. This is a volunteer seat where you don't get paid, so for someone like me who is young and still has to work, it's really hard to give this seat my all. I have my mouth to feed. The budget for the district is about $1,000 a year, and usually it's to host an annual event where the districts come together to see what others are doing across the state. They also collaborate a lot with IFAS, which is a UF program that used to use prison slave labor up until 2020. Chispas and a bunch of other organizations like Dream Defenders came in a coalition and cut that out, and also Divest UF, gonna shout y'all out because that was amazing. But I'm not gonna collaborate with IFAS, not until I know for a fact that like every single worker is released, and like I don't wanna see a prison with a UF logo on it, and I'm not gonna collaborate with a department that does that. So, the districts, they come together to see what other districts are doing. And one thing I learned and have seen is that the position has so much possibility to do good. If you're thinking of running, I think this could be a position for you if you're someone who is passionate about following things through. If you're retired with a stable income and can build out ideas and projects and get some grants to make those dreams happen. Throughout the state of Florida, there are many districts that are funded through grants with a much larger budget, and they're able to actually provide for their community. So if you like creating plans and ideas and have an eye for developing structures, this spot is for you. There are districts throughout Florida that help poor farmers rent gear. Maybe you can make it free to the farmer. What you can be doing is getting these grants and purchasing machinery to then loan it out to the community. So districts are able to do so much more when they have people who are able to give a lot of time to seeing these things through. You could help fund a future for beekeepers and sanctuaries and even butterfly gardens. There's so much hope that can come out of this legacy position. The seed and soil conservation districts were founded in the 1920s and was mainly like a green stamp of, look, we're not that bad to nature, but it honestly has the potential to do so much good with a group of determined people. So if you're feeling inspired, please consider running for the election ahead. There will be 2 seats open waiting for you. Hey, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Feel free to like and subscribe. It's my first video. But I am going to be going more into depth about like why I ran and just like what went behind it, because it was a lot of effort. It was a lot of people talking. It wasn't just me from a whim. There was definitely a lot of intention behind this, but I do encourage young people to like get in, into positions of power. We need to fight the state from the inside and then from the outside. So if you're someone like me, I like building community, I like building infrastructures, I like helping people, so I'm on the outside, but if you're someone who likes to do paperwork, if you like to like write things, if you feel inspired to like create like different laws, I don't know, but like if you have that world and you also have a good heart and you're committed to seeing the seeing an end to the oppression that lives in our lives day to day, then I do encourage you to run. Please don't run if you're a fascist. Like, we don't need more of you, honestly. Like, please don't do it. I'm really tired of having to see y'all, especially in Florida. Like, Jesus, like, I honestly am so disappointed in our senators and representatives. Keith Perry, I'm looking at you. Anyway, drop your comments in the chat, thank you. Or any questions. I'm open to anything, and hopefully I can make another video in the future addressing like more of these things. Just because I want to shout out the team, that made things happen. And just like, honestly, how much you really can do when young people are talking about things. We kind of just neglect ourselves in our own society, but we're the ones who move things forward, and I'm proud of that. So thanks, y'all. Have a good one.